All right, part two of the Schwinn Varsity rebuild. So took everything apart. Now what we're gonna do is some parts washing. So I have the brake levers, I have our skewers, the front derailleur was able to fit, the crank, some bearings. So we're gonna throw this in. This is clean. It's a water mixture with some water soluble degreaser. Gonna run it through and then we'll show the results here and then we'll go through the rest of the components, possibly trying to rejuvenate these shifters during this video as well. I've already wiped down the bike. I still need to try and get rid of some of these old sticker marks and then see if I could just get rid of this one completely. Not sure if that's gonna hurt it when I try to sell it on Facebook and on OfferUp, but couldn't hurt just to clean it up a little bit more as well. So get that going and then we'll go from there. All right, so the first batch has gone through a couple cycles. You can see that the bearings look basically brand new. There's a little bit of spacing on some of these that I could probably hammer in, but honestly, everything looks really good. The cup's nice and smooth and clean now. Same thing, the threads, there's gonna be no issues putting that back on. Everything just came out looking pretty good. I mean, at least for used parts. The brake levers look really good. The rust is pretty much gone from the inside of them. I'm going to put the front derailleur through again, see if we could get some more of this off. And then the skewers too are still really bad. Could probably lube and probably lightly sand to get rid of some of this, but honestly, I think just putting it through the ultrasonic cleaner again is going to be the best bet. You can see it's really grimy and dirty in there, so what I'll probably do is exchange the water, put some new degreaser in there, do it one more time, and then what we'll be able to do is do the rest of the parts. Okay, the front derailleur came out from the second bath. Looks pretty good overall. I mean, we could probably take some sandpaper to tidy up those limiting screws, but overall they look good. The skewers, about as good as they're gonna get. Same thing on the rear here. I'm gonna have to just take some sandpaper to smooth it out, and then I'll re-grease all the pivot points. I ran the rear derailleur through. Looks pretty good overall. It's faded. Obviously, it's sun damage. It's just something you're not going to be able to do unless you just repaint it, but I'm not really going to get into that. So it looks really good overall. Last piece I'm going to work on is the stem. Everything else looks good. The shifters here, they're gummed up, so I'm going to change out the water, put more of a just light soapy solution into it. I really don't want to mess with any of the plastic coloring here or anything, so we'll just try soap and water in the ultrasonic cleaner. They are shifting, but it's very gummy, so that grease that's in there is really old. So we'll get that going here shortly. All right, so the stem came out, looks pretty good overall. Cleaned up the bolts on the front. What we're gonna do now is run the trigger shifters through the ultrasonic cleaner. Kind of hard to demonstrate, especially when this old cable's on there, but it's only clicking up once. It'll click down once, and it's a 3x up front, so there should be 2 clicks. So this is gummed up, and then this is for the rear derailleur. Same thing, except here it's really tough to move. The drop works, but the push here is not. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put these into the ultrasonic cleaner. I've switched this out for just hot soapy water. Again, I don't necessarily want to mess with the plastic, so I'm not gonna put a heavy degreaser, so just Dawn dish soap essentially. So I'm gonna drop these in, and then we're gonna let them go for a cycle. Once they're done, we'll see if the degreasing has helped. If it did, we'll take it all apart, work on those screens, and then potentially, if we don't have to rerun it one more time, we'll grease everything up internally, and that should be it. All right, so the shifters came out of the ultrasonic cleaner. So this is the front derailleur. So we're in 1, 2, 3. So again, 2 and then 3, moving pretty freely. Now we have the rear. So I'm gonna shift it. This is all the way down. So this would be the highest gear. 1 click. So that's moving pretty well as well. So we're gonna take it apart, see if we can get in here and clean off the screens, put a little bit of lubricant in there, and then that's about it for this video. The next video, what we'll do is we'll put everything back together. So, oh, one last thing. Didn't see me do the freewheel. This one is just too far gone. It's going to take a lot of work to get it working again, and it's not going to be perfect. So this is one of those rare occasions where actually just going to fully replace it. So I have another 7-speed freewheel here. Not the greatest quality of freewheels. I mean, it is pretty much the cheapest one you could get on Amazon, but for 12 bucks, it'll give me a good peace of mind knowing that it's not going to break or anything. So that's it for this video. And then what we'll do is put it all back together in the next one.